Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the Olight i3T EOS. The Olight i3T EOS is made from aluminum alloy and is powered by a single AAA battery. It is 3.5 inches in length, 0.59 inches in width, and weighs 1.4 ounces. This flashlight features a tail switch operation with a low mode output of 5 lumens and a high mode output of 180 lumens with a maximum throw of up to 60 meters or 196 feet. The i3T is IPX8 waterproof rated, drop tested for 1.5 meters, and comes with a dual direction deep carry pocket clip. This flashlight is currently available in 3 different colors plus one other special edition that you can still find on Amazon. Those colors are the regular black like this. They also have a desert tan, which is actually a dark brown. Also comes in a new color they recently released, which is OD green. Looks super great. And then they just recently ran a limited edition of a red color that you can still find on Amazon. Now, of course, they've done other limited editions in the past, those being copper, titanium, other colors like that. Those are really hard to find. You'd have to look on eBay or something like that if you wanted one of those, but those are currently no longer available from Olight. This flashlight has 2 different modes. When you press the tail switch, the first mode it comes on at is 5 lumens. Now that is the low mode. Turn it off and turn it back on and it'll come on at the 180 lumen mode, which is the high mode. If you want to momentary on, you can light tap and cycle through like that, but that is how this particular light functions. This flashlight will run for 16 hours on the low mode or 21 minutes on the high mode. The 5 lumen mode will throw up to 39 feet and the high lumen mode will throw up to 196 feet on a fresh battery. Let's go outside and see what it looks like in the dark. Alright, so I just popped a fresh battery in here. Here is the 5 lumen mode. I don't know if you can see that. It's really not that bright, right? Now with a fresh battery, the 180 is super bright, but after a couple weeks it wears off and looks just like the 5 lumen. But here is our 5 lumens once again. And then we just pop that 180 right there. That is really bright. Much brighter since I just changed the battery. Alright, so just a close up here. Here's 5 lumens, right? But then when we pop it to 180, it really illuminates. So here we are with the 5 lumens on the doorknob, and as you can see up close, it's pretty bright. But once we transition to that 180, it is extremely bright. Now those outside shots were really great. It's not nearly as bright on camera as it is in real life, but that's just one of those things we can't control. I've had this flashlight for 7 months. The reason I picked it up was because Olight is very highly regarded and talked about in the everyday carry community. So I wanted to try Olight and just see, you know, how good it was for myself. So I picked up this one because Olight is not cheap. It's one of the more premium brands of flashlights. And this was just happened to be the cheapest one that met all the specs that I wanted as far as pocket size and hand size and stuff like that. Now there's some good stuff and some not so great stuff about this light. Some of these things are personal preferences and others are about the light. Let's get into those now. One of the first great things about this light is it's super lightweight, weighing in at only 1.4 ounces, and it's also extremely compact. You drop it right in your pocket, disappears, you don't even know it's there. Sometimes I carry it with a nice clip here, other times I just throw it in my pocket. It can also be a little bit of a negative as far as the compact size and everything, but I'll get to that in a second. The next really great thing about this light is the deep carry pocket clip. Now, I really like the deep carry pocket clip and I try and buy knives and lights that have those on it, and this one is just great. This is a reversible deep carry pocket clip, so you have that little part right there that you can kind of see there, and that is so you could use it as a headlamp if you wanted to. You could clip it on the bill of a cap, either way, and that would give it the ability to be a headlamp. The clip works really well with like more tactical cargo style pants with the kind of angled pockets. You can just clip it in there at the bottom. It works okay with blue jeans, but once or twice I have had an issue with the way the flat pocket is, putting it in, and then when I bend over, hitting the switch with my belt and turning it on, but that's only happened like twice. Another really great thing about this light is the tail switch. You can see right there, it's really nice to be able to just take the light out of your pocket, hit the switch, and have light right there. And now we move on to the not so great things about this light. Now, this first one isn't really a bad thing, it was just a little bit of a surprise. I was slightly underwhelmed when I first opened the box, just because when you look at it on camera, it looks like a pretty good size light. Have it in your hand, it looks like a pretty good size light, right? So you think, it'll probably be, you know, about that big around, and it'll be big around, and it'll be nice. Well, in reality, I didn't notice the part about AAA, so it's like 0.59 inches or whatever. It's super slim, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, it was a little bit of a surprise. The size is like, here's a Swiss Army knife for comparison. It's about the size of a Swiss Army knife, which isn't a bad size. It's just, it was a little bit smaller than I was expecting. And then here's a Bic lighter, and it's just a little bit bigger, but basically the same size as that. Once again, it's not a bad size, and it's not just my videos that it shows up slightly larger if you think this is a pretty large size. I watched a lot of other videos on it before I bought it, and it appeared to be a little bit bigger. It's not a bad thing, it's just, it was a little bit of a surprise when I opened the box. Now the next thing about this light is sort of a bad thing, sort of not a bad thing. 180 lumens is not a very large amount of light. Now with the fresh battery and everything, you can see a pretty long ways, probably close to the 190 feet, although I'm not sure you can see really well that far. As the battery ages, it gets less bright to the point where the 180 lumens looks just about like the 5 lumen mode. That's happened to me a couple times, and it gets a little bit of annoying, so you're gonna probably have to change the AAA battery like once every month or month and a half or 2 months if you really want to keep the light bright and functioning. Now the last not so great thing about this light isn't necessarily a thing about the light. It's more about the way the company does things. Olight is one of those companies that designs their products here in the US and of course makes them where everyone else in the world makes their stuff, China. I wish that Olight would really bring their production stateside, because their lights are just, the designs and the functionality is just so good. If you look at designs like the S1R2, the S2R2, even the Warrior Mini, which is a new one that they just released. Those designs look really great. They also function really well. So I wish that Olight would bring those production things and make the lights here in the US. That would just make it a better company and a better light in general. Now, of course, that being said, that's not going to stop me from buying more Olight flashlights. That's just one of those things that you really wish they would make them here instead. So what is the price of this light? What do I think of it? All of that. The baseline price for the flashlight is the black model, which is $19.95. That is the cheapest model. The other models are $21.95. Of course, if you want the special editions when those come out, those are going to cost slightly more. Now, price-wise, it's not a particularly bad price for what you pay, but I would feel a little bit better paying $15 for something like this, just based on the size and all of that. However, I don't extremely regret spending $20 on this light, so the price isn't too bad. Now, as far as what I think of this light, it's a pretty good light. It's definitely not one of those items that I see and it's like everyone has to have this, like the Victorinox Swiss Army knife that I have. I think everyone should have one of these. However, this light, as good as it is for certain people, is not something that everyone needs to have. It's good, but it's not something that I extremely love. I think that personally it's not the perfect everyday carry light, but it definitely fills the gap if you're looking for a everyday carry light that just is general use, that kind of covers the tactical and the general use, like everyday stuff, this probably isn't it. I would probably say look for a brighter light. But that being said, if you don't do a lot of things outside at night, or you just need a light to, get a little bit of light here and there, then this would be a great light for that. And also, Christmas is coming up, so if you have a wife or a girlfriend or someone, this is a pretty small light, so if you want to get them into everyday carry, then grab them one of these. This would make a great gift for them. Also, if you want other gift ideas, check out my holiday gift guide. So, would I recommend this to you, a viewer watching this? I probably would. However, like I've previously said here, depends on what you use your everyday carry for, what your job is, how you tailor your carry to that. So this light isn't for everyone, but if you just need a little backup light or something like that, then this would be a great light for that. Personally, I've carried this as my main light for the last 7 months. I'd say it covers a majority of what I need, but I could definitely benefit from something much, much brighter. Alright guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you have one of these lights. Let us know what your experience is with it, or just any other Olight in general. Please consider subscribing. I make new videos each and every week. Follow us on Instagram at AKs Outdoors. That is it. Stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next video.